early internet was so much better than what we have now. I'm talking like 2000s days. Like people thought YouTube was just like what's the equivalent to YouTube now? Because like I feel like internet's so like regular and so like it's you ask somebody, oh, you know what the internet? Yeah, I know what the internet is. But I feel like if you ask somebody what the internet was in like 2000s, they're like, huh? And I just realized how early phones are. Phones just like came about like 10 years ago, 20, 30 maybe years ago. We were just inventing the flip phone. Like, that's just crazy to think about. Like, and even 100 years ago, we just got done with World War One. I'm like, when you just think about different things and just different retrospects, I think it's so crazy. And but yeah, so the reason that even made me talk about this, I was watching like early Corey Kenshin. I'm talking like Corey Kenshin like 15 years ago, and I'm just looking. This dude is so different from how he speaks now, and I think yeah, people grow, people have different experiences and stuff. But my point is, this dude like the jokes he used to make back in the day when he was like in like he had for example 9 years ago 2016 he had like a vlog and he was like showing the back of Lady Liberty in New York and he was like Lady Liberty ain't got no cake and I was like yo like that's funny because it's like I didn't know he made jokes like that but also even when he was doing like a MSU college what's the name college orientation he was like recording himself speaking to girls like he wasn't the first to do it but like that's like a start of something. You know what I mean? So my point is like Corey Kenshin, you talk to him now and you know what I'm saying, he'll be like, hey girl, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't really cuss. He doesn't cuss and I feel like a lot of his stuff is more censored now. So you can kind of see the gradual shift in like his content. Like he was more like regular and stuff. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to be famous and be popular like all these YouTube kids. And then as he kept going up and stuff, like you kind of just see the shift in like, all right, he's not really cussing anymore. He's like more, that's my point. And I was like, dang, I kind of miss the times like I haven't been able to live those times, but like even the times when I was younger and you go on Roblox and stuff, like you just had that whole thing popping, bro. Like everybody in the Roblox was cool, lit, and all that. And I don't know if that's just because your brain is like so small and able to like catch a vibe more, I guess. But I feel like now you kind of go on Roblox and they're just spamming like profanity. And granted, back in Roblox back in the day, like you could say cuss words and say stupid stuff, but like now you just have people spamming the hard R. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, that's what we doing. You know what I mean? It's like, and yeah. Also, bro, I would love to be in a original COD lobby. Original COD lobby where like they're just like saying profound things, bro. Oh my gosh. Because you go on COD now and you can tell people are trying to get a reaction. Like they're trying to just talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of dope. I mess with it. Like they just be talking, they just be saying stuff. And but like COD lobbies back in the day, like you can hear the real anger that they're like really trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? Like your average 14-year-old kid or 15, 16, 17 teenager who just got their Xbox and stuff. Now they're like just out here just saying crazy stuff. And it's like the microphones and the vibes and stuff. Like you really never know what you have. And it just makes me think like we're gonna be missing these times right now, even though we're just living in it. We're ready for the next feeling of nostalgia to come. Now we're gonna be wishing that this was the nostalgia. And I guess like yeah, some in some ways we can like help ourselves like actually enjoy the time, as in like just planning out your days and doing spontaneous things too, if that makes any sense. But I was thinking about like we like sit back and we think about 2020 and then we think about like 2022 and those that's nostalgia but bro we were just living we are just doing stuff you know what I'm saying so it's like And but back in the day, like on the internet, like people just said raw, authentic things, and that was one of the someone had asked me in the comments. This guy, he has pretty good videos. I watched this Pharrell video. Um, he was like, "What's your reason for doing YouTube and stuff?" And I was like, "Or what's your goal?" And I was like, "I just want to create like a community of people who just like can just spread out their emotions and just say what they want to say, just like, cause like think about how many times like you couldn't say something because you're scared you're gonna get judged. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just say what you wanted to say. You know, like I just make people understand because there's things like I'll have like certain friends and you can spread your ideas to certain friends and stuff and just internet back in the day. Like I think people used to be like trying different types of drugs back on the internet. I think there was like something called like salvia and like they used to try salvia on the internet. It's like just for fun, like I think like crazy these these big um pop stars like I think Miley Cyrus might have tried it. It was one of those the one of the famous white girls. They tried it, and and I was like, dang, like that's like the I think there should be sites for it. Like I think there's a site called like Live Leak. They used to be spamming that back in middle school about like home. I remember when I saw my first gore video, bro. Oh, I was traumatized for like 3 weeks, bro. I don't even want to like think about that again. That time I used to have sent shivers down my back. I was like going to bed thinking about that. There's certain things people shouldn't be seeing, bro. And some people just genuinely just have like a tougher mind than others who like don't let their mind like bother them. Powerful. I mess with that. Um and yeah, so I think internet back in the day was mad. Just straight up like boom. This is it. And even like I think I was watching a Joel Bar video. It was like Peacock. It was like or it was like a TV station for men, pretty much. And they were like having this like it was like catered to like these people like I think it was like messing with this one guy. It was like everybody was in on it and they were trying to like make friends or something. Or he was trying to make him the winner. Or they were just trying to like it was like a social experiment, I guess. And I was like you don't really see them doing stuff like that anymore, just because how fucked up it is. Oh, cussed. I try not to cuss on this because it's like it's messed up to like be like they selected like a regular dude, and I think they were like, oh yes, okay, it's coming back to me. They selected a regular dude, and they put him on like a challenge show for like 250K or something, and they were basically like they were like having him do like weird challenges as well, like kind of like sexual challenges or like just like they were planning and scripting his friendships and stuff. And he never knew. It was just like him and people were watching him. And I'm like, bro, you know how like Loki I would maybe I'm just soft, but I'd be like I wouldn't be hurt, but I'd be like, damn, dude, we just really just like sat there and y'all not my real friends. But I did hear eventually like a lot of the girls did like him, um, just because his character was so nice. And but yeah, like things like that. And I can't think of anything. Oh, even like ad commercials were so crazy. And I think when in like 2014, 2015, when the ad commercials started like going up and up and up and up, like I think 2015, 2014 was when they started hitting their like hey, this is not media, okay? So they had to take it down because I think there was like they were adding like nudity and they were adding like so I guess like I don't know people be saying this thing called like cancel culture, but like I don't I don't be on like Twitter like that. I don't like so is cancel culture like a dead group or is it just like the masses of people who just think things are wrong so they just come together and kind of hate on something? Or is cancel culture a group? I don't know. Um yeah, and bro, this is off topic, but well, kind of on topic. But I was, I remember like I think around I got into Tyler Creator a lot, just like his whole like his creativity and stuff, and his clothes and his music too. And I started like I was like, man, this artist is really cool. And then I started like one night I just like did a deep dive and I was like, okay, Odd Future, Odd this, and then I started looking at his old tweets and I was like, whoa, like I did not know like people always have a past and stuff. And I see some people are trying to judge him off like what he did back then. But and I think in some ways I know a lot of people were like frying him on Twitter. And I think in some ways like I guess you could address your past, but can you just put your past behind you if you just want to erase it and that's not where you're at anymore? Because like I'm thinking like what is the most socially accepting thing to do when you're not that type of person that you painted yourself to be and you're just beyond that now. You should you apologize? Because like oh well, I heard the whole reason he was kind of getting flamed was because he called all his like he said these like son these he said something about Sun. He's like Sun haters or something. Like or like going crazy or something. And yeah, that's kind of old now though. I think it was like last month. And but yeah, so that's a question I have to think about. Like, can you just put things behind you if you're not that person anymore? Do you have to? Do you think you should apologize if you're not that person anymore in the wrongs you've done? Um, Even if it shaped you to be this person you are today, you know. I think that's kind of what happened to him. Like he was kind of sitting there like, oh, bro, I saw an image of him and Lionel in like a, it was like a random match, like picture on his blog. I was like, whoa, that is pretty crazy. Um, Never seen that picture before, and people were going crazy about that. And yeah, probably the most vanilla take I have on it, just because like it's not my life, so it's hard for me to. I love people with empathy or sympathy. I think empathy is when it happens to you. I feel like it should be sympathy though, because sympathy is like similar, so same. I think it's the other way around. But people who have empathy about like and can like really paint the picture if it was them on themselves and like how it just looks like. I think some of those people they have a gifted power, but like at the same time, when you're a person with empathy, I feel like it can be like dangerous because like you care about others so much, but like and sometimes in a world like this, like people like just take advantage of you low key. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Uh so yeah. And yeah, like I feel like when you're younger, it's easier to have like empathy and sympathy and all that. But like when you're getting older, like you kind of just I don't know. It's always good to stick to your morals and stuff. But like there just be some times when you're just going through life and then people will just like they'll do something. And you're like, bro, you know that type of thing. You ever be talking to somebody and they'll like, or okay, say you're debating somebody, and this is because I'd be like, I guess a hypocrite or something because like I hate hating on somebody for doing something that I do it. So that's why I'm like edgy on the conversation. But like, you ever like talk to somebody about a topic, or let's talk about bikes. Say you're on a park bench talking to somebody about a bike. They'll be like, "Oh, the G Savage 24 BMX bikes suck," and you're kind of like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Those bikes are amazing." And they're just gonna sit there and argue with you. And it's like, then you ask them questions. Do you even know? They're like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "Why are you hating on the bike?" Just because I can't, boy. Bro, you better get your facts together before you start talking about like grown folk conversations, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like that right there, I hate stuff like that, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. But then again, I think it's different when you're open to learn something rather than you're just like straight hating on somebody about it. And I'd be open to learn. I'd be open to learn even like, and that's very important in life. But be careful who you're learning from. That's one thing you gotta learn. You start taking advice and you start doing stuff that is like, say, this homeless man told you to do. I guess don't take advice from people you're trying to not to be. I guess so. Um. So yeah, I was Anything else? Early internet. Oh yeah, early internet too. They used to be like slapping girls on the butt. Like John Cena used to slap buns on WWE all the time, and people were just like more. Oh yeah, like I was looking at Corey Kenshin's video. This is also something I wanted to talk about. On Corey Kenshin's video, like he would like go out his, this is my dorm, everybody, this is my dorm, and then they'd go downstairs, show his house, show the front of his house and stuff. I'm like, dang, bro, you're not scared of getting like swatted or anything, or you know. But then I realized like even that is like a product of like not, that's like the product of early internet, you know what I'm saying? And I guess the internet's like, it was like 15, 14 years ago, that video. But it's like that in itself, you don't have to worry about people doing crazy stuff. And I think was kidnapping that prominent? This might be a dumb question, but was kidnapping prominent like back then 19 like 80s and 90s, or 18, no, 1980 and 80s and stuff? Because I used to talk to my mom and stuff, and I was talking to her. I was like, she was telling me about like, oh yeah, kids used to be outside all the time doing just like on the block and going around and stuff like that. And then she also told me that like kidnapping, like nobody had to worry about that back then. So like I was like, whoa, well that's the reason, you know what I'm saying? But also I think, well, no, because there's so many infamous killers and serial killers and people back then that we hear about today. No, man, people just be chatting. I guess like since you're outside more, like I guess they didn't really have the internet, so I guess it wasn't too easy to document, or like, because we have like nowadays we have like Ray Williams. Is that his name? God, it's something Ray Johnson Williams, I think. Gosh, but yeah, and uh, yeah. But then that's it. Then that's it for the early internet, and I think it was like, I wouldn't call it safer, but I think like there's something about like hopping on like I think what they play RuneScape back then. I used to play RuneScape on my sister's computer, and Wizard 101. They just brought back Wizard 101 recently, but it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same like it used to. Like I remember I used to be up there playing it. I would really feel like a wizard, and the gameplay used to be like, yeah, get him. But now I'm watching the gameplay. I'm like, dang, this is just like, it's kind of tedious. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It doesn't hit the same like it used to. Like when I was on my grandpa's and my mom's computer, you know what I'm saying, downloading it. I never got a virus. I'll tell you that. I heard a lot of people were getting viruses, and Wizard 101 was a virus game. I used to just download stuff off the internet, bro. Thank God I didn't. And like just like the creativity, we all wanted to be like I feel like at least me, I wanted to be a Roblox designer back then. Yeah. Back in I used to be like on Roblox Studios, just like designing, trying to do stuff, but I never was good at it. And always thought the idea of that was super cool. And Phantom Forces was goaded. Just the games were so simplistic. I think also I think it's because we don't have a care in the world. We didn't have a care in the world back then when we were playing games, but now we kind of, oh, we got to go to the job and we got to go do the schoolwork, and then you know what I'm saying, got to clean this house because the house is getting dirty, you know, things like that in that motion. Um, but also, like I was saying, I love how everything kind of ties back around. Then again, like this right now is gonna be a time that we wish we had again. Because I was getting nostalgia from last year, October. In October, when October hit, wow, we're past October now. Wow, wow. I'm just realizing where I'm at. Um, yeah, October was feeling nostalgic for me because I was listening to Tyler Creator. I was so happy for that album. I was listening to the album right now. I was listening to Ra Ta Ta Ta, Saint Chroma. The intro of Saint Chroma was so good. Um, what else? I like hope. I hope. I ain't gonna lie. This is a hot take, I think, or it might be a cold take, medium take, lukewarm. I remember when I was. Oh, Chromacopia is not Tyler Creator's best album. It's probably like my least favorite. I love Bastard. Bastard's so good. Bastards, because I like even when I try to make beats, I try to make my beats like close to Bastard. Even though, well, I suck at making beats, but I love doing it just because it's something to do, and it's like figuring it out. And if you can tailor it to your own head, like my mom says, my beats are unique. So when you know and your mom says something about that, you know your beats are kind of trash, but it's okay. Um, so yeah, Bastard. I have Bastard really high. I think Bastard's like arguably better than like Cherry Bomb. No, okay, not Cherry Bomb. Okay, I got Call Me If You Get Lost at my one, and then at my two I got Igor. At my three, I got Bastard. At four, wait, no. Okay, at three, I got Flower Boy, then Bastard. But Bastard's so good, bro. It's like I feel like I play Bastard more than I play Flower Boy, but it's just for the instrumentals and like just okay. No, okay. Because I think Bastard just has like an authentic taste to it. You could tell the dude was really feeling that way, rather than like, well, no, all his albums he is rapping about something. Like in Flower Boy, he had a line in there. He's like, "Rent a center calling every day, nobody home knocking at the door." Tancer knocking at the door or something. So it's like he's talking about like his past life. So in that way, you know. But Bastard, no wait, but Bastard, he's talking about crazy stuff. Never mind, because